Welcome once again to the Waters and Stanton video channel. I've published several videos, more than I expected, about mounting an aerial using a magnetic mount on this panel van. It wasn't quite as simple as I expected. You've probably seen the picture of the corrugated roof of the van, and I'll just show you a quick shot of it now, the corrugated roof of the van, which does present problems with a magnetic mount because you can't get enough surface contact really. I've tried braid and I've tried other options, but none of these really work. So I decided, what about using the side of the van? What, an aerial pointing out at right angles? Well, I did try that, and it does work, but it doesn't look right at all. So let me show you what I actually did. If I mount the magnetic mount on the side of the vehicle, I've got a nice flat surface, and it makes very good contact, far better than the corrugated roof. But you can't really have an antenna coming out at right angles from the vehicle. I did try it and it works extremely well, but it just doesn't look right. So I suddenly remembered that you can get right angled adapters for the PL259 plug. Now the PL259 plug has a lot of shortcomings, but what it does have is like a serrated edge, which means to say that once it's tightened up, that plug won't rotate, and the same with the adapter. If you get a right angle adapter, you can connect it to the magnetic mount and it'll be rigid in its position. So this means to say that if I have a right angled adapter and mount my antenna vertically, no matter how much weight there is and pressure on the antenna, it won't rotate out of vertical. This is what I did. Now it's so much easier to mount the antenna. It's in the vertical position, it looks right, it feels right, pleasing to the eye, and it works even better than in the horizontal position. And because it's centre loaded, that coil is well away from the metalwork, so there's no detuning. I can now put it on the back door of the vehicle, on the side panel, anywhere I like, in seconds. So much more convenient, and it works now very, very well indeed. Well, thanks for watching this video once again, and I hope it's given you some ideas, and it's the way I solve the problem. I should add that I'm operating from a park in Suffolk. It's known as Cakes and Owl, a wonderful descriptive name for a park. In actual fact, they don't sell cakes, but they do sell owl. So that's a good point. But it's a lovely little spot in Suffolk, near the town or village of Leiston, L-E-I-S-T-O-N. This is not publicity really, but if you do travel around, you might want to try this site. It's really nice. Very quiet, very well run, in the middle of the countryside, lots of cycling opportunities, walks, etc, etc. The park is actually the site of an old World War II airfield. I think construction started in 1943-44. It was originally intended for American bombers, but the bombers never actually used it. It was used by Mustangs. There's a lovely model of a Mustang at the entrance, and there are very few traces now of the airfield. There is part of the runway. If you walk just outside the camp, you'll see part of the runway. One or two odd little features that indicate it was once military, but now it's peaceful, very peaceful indeed. Different to what it was 70 or 80 years ago. So, what are the conclusions? Well, I've tried different arrangements of the mag mount, as you will have noticed if you've seen the videos, and by far and away the best place on a panel van, for me at least, is on the side of the van near the top. It's also fairly important to use a centre loaded whip. I did try a base loaded whip. You have to make sure that the mag mount is very near the top of the vehicle. There is a little bit of reaction between the coil and the metalwork of the van, as you'd expect, and that tends to lower the frequency slightly. But you can compensate that by tuning the antenna or adjusting the whip. Now, I have used the Diamond FX series on the van, the HF mobile whips, and it works, but you just need to make sure that mag mount is near the top of the van. I've also currently used the CL series, the Diamond HF20 CL, which is centre loaded. That's the 20-metre antenna, and that works extremely well. It's twice the height of the FX, the shorter antenna, and that increased height reflects both an improvement in bandwidth and an improvement in performance, and that's tested over a period of about 3 or 4 weeks. So if you're looking for a single band HF whip that you can use when you're parked up, I would strongly recommend the Diamond HF series. As I say, I'm using the HF20 CL. The CL suffix stands for centre loaded, but they make antennas from 6 metres up to 80 metres, and that by far and away is the best antenna. Superbly built, very, very good VSWR resonance, and I really can't speak too highly of it, so it's a great antenna. And I think I shall continue using that antenna unless something else pops up, but I'm more than happy with that. With the centre loaded antenna you get good bandwidth. I get at least 200 kilohertz on 20 metres at least. That means to say that I could use a ICOM IC705 without an ATU, or an FT817818 without an ATU. I'm currently using the Xiegu G90. Now, the reason I'm using it is it gives me 20 watts, which gives me 3 dB gain over an IC705, and it has got a built-in antenna tuner. So if I choose to migrate down to the bottom of the 20-metre band for CW, I'm still scraping about 2 to 1 right at the bottom, but with the ATU switched in, I can improve the match for the transceiver, and there's no problem. But if you're a phone-only operator, then if you have one of the centre-loaded whips for 20 metres or the higher bands, you're probably going to get good bandwidth right across the phone band. 10 metres, well, 10 metres, most of the operation takes, is centred around about 28.5, so again you won't have too much of a problem. 40 metres, the bandwidth will start to narrow a bit, and 80 metres even narrower. But if you're an HF operator wanting to work DX on 20, on 17, 15, 12 or 10 metres, consider the Diamond HF CL series. Great antennas. Thanks for your support on this channel, much appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed, press the subscribe button. All it means is that when I publish another video, you'll be alerted and you can choose to watch it or otherwise. I hope you will watch it anyway. And thanks for your support commercially on their operation down at Portsmouth. We've got a wide range of equipment, all the popular models we stock at good prices. We do part exchange as well, so don't hesitate to contact us. In the meantime, let's hope summer continues the way that spring has beckoned. Thanks for watching once again. You take care. Speak soon.